Hi, I'm Professor Paul Fisher. I'll be teaching public-private partnerships with Professor Mary Klein. We'll be focusing on public-private partnerships and global development. So my professional background, I was a practicing lawyer, and then I entered the development world by focusing on development issues related to international trade. Um, that sort of brought me into focusing more on global development from a human rights perspective, from a economic and trade perspective, from an environmental perspective. But in all areas, I've worked with the donor communities, whether they're private sector or government donors, such as USAID, the World Bank, the multilaterals. And in every area, the new focus is on all stakeholder sort of engagement and public-private partnerships. So how do we bring together these partnerships between public actors and private actors to ensure sustainability, to leverage resources, and to gain and improve our results for our global development issues. So my development work experience really started with the Organization of American States, where I've been focused on global development issues in all the countries in Latin America and the Caribbean. I've, over the last 5 years, been working with Viacom on building projects that really speak to at-risk youth populations, focusing on behavior change, and those could be projects related to healthy sexual lifestyles, projects related to human rights, such as trafficking, child labor. But it's really working with Viacom, it was figuring out how to leverage the power of their channels, such as MTV, VH1, Paramount Pictures, to partner with the private sector organizations such as the Inter-American Development Bank, the World Bank, and USAID to make global development projects that affect youth a lot more impactful and more efficient, especially from a campaign or communications perspective. We designed the course to respond to our perception of the need in the market, especially from employers, to provide students with a toolkit to be able to design these public-private partnerships, especially now that they've evolved and people are utilizing public-private partnerships in almost every area of global development. The traditional donors like USAID, the World Bank, etc., all of them are requiring that their projects have a public-private partnership component. And so you want to be able to, if you're interested in doing global development, if you're interested in working on global development issues, whether you're with the private sector or with a multilateral or with an international NGO, you are going to have a toolkit that includes developing and designing and executing public-private partnerships. And we wanted to make sure that the graduates of MSFS would be able to have that toolkit. We wanted to make sure that the course is as practical as possible. We wanted to introduce you to practitioners, so there will be guests coming to the course from companies like Viacom, from pharmaceutical companies, from a variety of, and representing donors who will be coming in and sharing with the students their experience with public-private partnerships. What are the pitfalls, what to look out for, what are some of the best case practices. And what we want to do is to allow the students to be able to interact with these guests and ask their own questions, and hopefully even provide some sort of employment opportunities for the students as well.